Yeah, so I wish I had a better story, but I've just always stuck with the name Ambient, like ever since I had an online presence. I feel like ambient, if you guys don't know what it means, it's like kind of means background noise or background sound. It's more like peaceful, so I kind of like the meaning and also the shape of the letters, so I just stuck with it. Also, I'm a big fan of nicknames, so like ambient, it could be ambi, um, or ambient. So nothing fancy, but that's kind of why.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought there's like I don't know something. I always wonder how streamers know. So maybe, but it's nice to know. Interesting. So, what inspired you like to start streaming, and how did you get into it?
So I started streaming when I first built my PC, and my intention was never to stream. My goal was mainly to farm clips. Like, when I first started gaming, I played Valorant, and I like was really obsessed with Valorant, and I consumed a lot of Valorant content, and I wanted to make my own because I followed a lot of like funny
Mhm.
um content creators, and I felt like I had a lot of funny situations in my Valorant games. So my main goal was just to make content on TikTok, and I didn't really know much about clipping and clipping software, so I thought I had to stream to get clips, and so I really streamed only to farm clips, and then yeah, I kind of stuck with it.
Okay, so that's crazy. So I guess you're a clip farmer, like we call those people.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was farming the clips.
I mean, to be honest, that's how I met you. Like, that's how I got into your channel. Like, I would just saw this funny, really, really funny clip of yours, and on TikTok, I believe. And I was like, she's really funny. I gotta follow her. I gotta watch her streams live. So I see.
Yeah, I feel like clip farming has negative connotation, but I just feel like I have a lot of funny interactions with
Yeah,
people. I think maybe just like how I go about doing things. Um, it's like easy to laugh at or laugh with, hopefully.
yeah. Like that's because like it's funny because like only saw your league content. I've never until I got like researched. Like I saw into your profile, and I saw you were a Valorant content creator. I was surprised you transition over to league. So like what made you decide to do that change?
Yeah, when I changed over to League, it was mainly because Valorant wasn't enjoyable for me anymore. I think I was taking the game a little too seriously. I was getting a little bit too mad at the game, and I played. Every time I played, I'd get kind of angry or like tilted and frustrated. And then so I took a break
Hmm.
from streaming and kind of gaming in general. And then
Oh,
when I came back, I wanted something more lighthearted. And I know it sounds opposite to what people think, but I think it's because like I don't really understand what's going on in League, so it's easier to just be like, oopsies, instead of like, oh my gosh, like what the heck is my top laner doing? Why did he um miss his cannon?
uh,
So yeah, so now it's been more enjoyable because I'm just learning stuff and it's less pressure to
yeah.
perform.
Yeah, honestly, I can relate to that because that's I used to be the same. I peaked diamond in
Mm,
Valorant. I think I also started taking the game too serious like you or like as many, and I think I got to a point where it was like I had to do well. If not, I'm just not enjoying the game. So I understand what you mean.
yeah.
So like honestly, when my friends are like join league, I was like, you know what, might as well. I'm not having fun in Valorant. And then for some reason, I think like you, it's just like knowing that there's more to learn and like more to play or like understand in some a new game. You won't your friends won't care that you don't know because they know you're new, or
Yeah.
like you just know you have this more flexibility and say I'm new to this. Unlike to Valorant, where it's like you already have the experience, you can't say anything anyway. So I understand. That's fair.
Exactly.
Do you what is your schedule like on like let's make it down to narrow it down to like a daily basis. What is it like for you?
So I've graduated college, so I work full time, like a 9 to 5 job. So typically on an average day, I like go to work and then I come back.
Oh,
And depending on how I'm feeling, I will stream or not, or depending on what I have going on. Back when I was in school, usually it'd be like do schoolwork, do all the school stuff, and then it's like degenerate hours where we would play games like after 10 up till like
oh,
I don't know 3 in the morning.
Oh, it's funny. I mean, that's funny. Honestly, we do the same here in my arena or my club where we just from 10 till 1. So we started to control ourselves. We don't pass 12 p.m.
Oh,
because
wow.
we're like we want to go to sleep. We want to go to our dorms. Especially now. I don't know how is it for you over there. It's super cold, freezing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We don't want to stay here anymore because the school starts turning it off after like 2 a.m.
Oh,
Lowering it down, not turning off the heater. They just lower it down. So yeah,
wow. Wait, that's crazy.
yeah. Uh, so like I also started streaming, and sometimes when I get like even 2 viewers, I get shy, and I have to question like, when did you start getting shy? Like after 100 viewers, 30 viewers, and how did you handle it?
Um,
Or did you not get
I would
shy?
Yeah, I think when I have embarrassing moments, I get like maybe a little bit, I wouldn't say shy, but maybe more embarrassed. I think just starting out, my intention was never to stream, so I think there was less pressure on my end.
Mm,
So I wasn't like looking to gain viewers. So when people did come, it was just like, oh, like someone's watching. My focus was more to like play games and have fun. So it wasn't a big pressure point for me. But I would say what helps would be just like play with your friends. So it's the focus is less of streaming, but
right.
more of we're just gaming and having fun. And like when something funny happens, it just so happens someone else is there watching with you guys to share that moment.
Okay, that makes sense. And like, but uh, for me, I have this pressure of responding to the comments every time. Like, some, especially since I'm starting. Like I see someone's trying to interact with me. Do you feel like the pressure to still interact, or how did you start with interacting one with one? Did you just respond to every comment they did, or how would you like? I don't know if you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever they comment, yeah, I think I try to respond to them all. It's like a conversation. I think I'm like definitely introverted, but I think I like having conversations with people, so it came a bit more naturally in that sense. But yeah, definitely don't ignore people who come in your stream unless
Okay,
that's what you're trying to do. Then it's
right.
fine.
Right. So yeah, cause like as a new streamer, I know like for me, I there's like a lot of pressure to keep that conversation going. How would
Mhm.
you like? Did you like try to keep the conversation going, or would you wait for someone to ask you something?
I don't think. Honestly, it's like whatever you. I think I try to keep things genuine. So like if I'm not interested to know, then I won't ask. But
Mm,
if someone says something maybe about the day or like a comment, like recently been a lot of league learning. So if they say something that I'm like not really sure about or don't really understand, then I'll like ask more. Or sometimes like when someone new comes in, you're just like kind of curious to know like, do they play league? What role do they play? Just like there's some questions you can keep in the back of your mind to ask whenever
right.
people come.
So yeah, I think that's what happened with me too. Or as when I'm someone like I had this one dedicated stream or viewer. He would come like for a week straight, but then on like next week, I didn't know what to ask him anywhere. Like, how would you interact with your older viewers? How would you just keep asking them the same questions, or like
Yeah, there's like yeah, like basic questions like how your day was, but like if they're returning, then maybe there's like history, like you remember like, oh, they told you about, I don't know, their potential rank up. You can follow up and ask that. But also sometimes it's like it's okay. You don't have to ask them questions. Maybe just like go with the vibe. If you don't
mm,
feel like talking with them, then it's okay.
that it
Or you can just talk more about your day.
that is true. I guess that's true. I should be doing that too. So I think this is like one important question as someone because I'm guilty of this. When you have a toxic teammate or just having a bad game, and I'm sure everyone has this. You're just frustrated and you're like you don't want to talk, or you just have that mood. Do you like try to keep your mood up, or do you just tell your stream I'm ending it here, I'm sorry, or do you just cut the stream?
In the beginning, like when I played Valorant, whenever there was a toxic player, it would like really get to me because I had like just started gaming, so I didn't really understand, or I didn't understand why people were so mean. So when they were mean, it like affected me a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Like now, I think I'm a bit desensitized to it, and it helps when like you're playing with friends or even just chat. You guys can like laugh together, like, oh, like why the heck are they saying all of this? But in the beginning, I think I would let it get to me. And like if you do feel bad, then you just end stream and then like come back the next day. Sometimes like it helps, yeah, to have a friend there to kind
Mm.
of, it makes it less lonely.
Right.
But nowadays, I think it doesn't affect me as much, and I more think about like, oh, like at what position do you have to be in your life to be saying these kind of things to someone
Right.
like anonymously through a game?
That's true.
Um,
So like then you didn't have that feeling to excuse yourself with your viewers. You would just hang, like, like that. For me,
oh,
yeah, for me it would be like I have to say I'm ending the stream. That's what I usually do when I'm upset. So but like
yeah,
as someone starting, like maybe they don't want to do that, do you think it's okay for them just to end stream without explaining themselves?
yeah, I think it's fine. I've definitely done it before. Like something bad happens and I end up crying, so then I end up ending stream, or like something. Sometimes it's not even in game. Like something happens in my personal life, and then
Mm,
it like affects the mood, and then it's like, you just go because like realistically, you don't owe anybody anything, and I think, in general, your viewers or friends are like happy you're there, and if you're not comfortable anymore, they'd want you to go and like take care of yourself and do whatever. So I think it's definitely fine to end stream if you're not feeling it.
okay. That that is definitely noted. Um, yeah, let's see. Now we have to get into the harder questions. When you started streaming, did you imagine yourself being like? I know you're not. To me, you're big. Like honestly, to me, you're like the biggest streamer ever. I know you just. I'm probably over exaggerating, but like, like you have 8K followers in Twitch right now, right? Uh,
Yeah, somewhere there.
uh, did you imagine having that amount of people following you slash watching you when you started?
No, definitely not. Like I think I said before, like my intention was never to make like to grow my Twitch channel, but that kind of happened as it went. But I think as I made content and um the more consistent you are, you can see kind of like how the algorithm works and how like what people don't like.
Mm-hmm.
You can understand how to grow your channel a bit more. Um Also thank you for your compliments earlier. I don't think I'm in the grand scheme of things,
Yeah,
definitely not big, but yeah, I think it helps to like make content and feed that into your Twitch.
yeah, definitely. I mean, but like, I like to say, I've tried to contact other streamers just like around your followers, and they've never responded. So like, and I like to thank you for that. So, because like it feels really hard to reach out to streamers that have like your amount of following, even with like 7K. It's still really hard. So to me, it's really nice that you accepted to get interviewed. So I'm just letting you
Problem.
know. What do you think made you popular? Was it like just like I know probably you said like clip baiting, honestly, or like not clip farming, not like that, man. Clip farming. But is there like a specific thing that made you blow up, or was it also the consistency that of you streaming?
I think one is just consistency. Like I feel like anyone, if you're consistent and you have a decent like artistic eye and understand content, you can make a modest following. Um, but yeah, consistency is one thing. I wouldn't say there was a big blow up, but I will say like when I started making League content and the content was not as common, where it's like my League clips are someone not knowing how to do something when the game has been out for so long. I think that was like maybe different from other content, so it like made me stand out from other people.
Mm,
But yeah, I would say just consistency. Like, gotta keep posting. Like when I first started, I wasn't getting the views that I get now, so you just gotta stick with it and find what works.
that yeah. So how often would you like? Do you stream as often then, or do you stream more often now?
I would definitely stream more then. Before I would have more of a schedule, but now I don't I don't have much time because just like how you prioritize things. I just like moved to a new place, so I think I want to focus more on
Mm.
touching grass than streaming. Even though I really like streaming, um, it's like you can kind of only choose one thing or the other. if you
That
work
was
full
actually one
time.
of the questions, honestly. Like you balancing your work life and I'm imagining your activities and everything you love to do. Uh, I guess yeah, that answers like of you know. Would you say to prioritize, or I guess the question is, what is the question?
Like, how
Uh,
do you prioritize streaming with
yes,
everything else?
yes, exactly.
Um, yeah, I think it just boils down to like what do you want? What do you want in life? There's only like a finite number of hours in a day. So like if you want to do something, if you want to bring a new hobby in, then something's gonna have to suffer. I think back in school, I think my sleep took a dive
Mm,
and I spent more time like streaming gaming and balancing everything else and then less sleep. But I think now it's like if I want to stream more, I think my social life takes a cut or like my own personal time takes a
mm,
cut. So it's really just prioritizing what's important to you, like what kind of goals are you trying to make. Um and yeah, so like if you're trying to make it big on streaming, like maybe that's okay. Like you take that cut and then um that's your focus. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for.
right. So that makes sense. Just so guys, like she said, streaming initially will take a cut, but it's up to you what you want. And I would take Ambient's words and think of what is priority to you. If streaming is priority, then it's okay to take a cut. I think a big question as a starting streamer is what tools, software, and equipment do you create? To most let's focus on probably your tools. Like I know,
Mhm.
do you use OBS? Like all those things.
Yeah, for streaming itself, like I would strongly suggest using OBS. I think the other option is Twitch has a software and then Streamlabs has a software. I would say OBS is the best. It's a little overwhelming and less like UI friendly maybe, but it has a lot more functionalities. And once you like get the basics down, it's pretty straightforward and you can like kind of develop off of that. And then for editing, I use DaVinci Resolve. There's like a free version you can get, and it's like I don't do anything crazy, just kind of put clips together. So that's good for anyone who's just starting out. It's also like relatively easy to learn. And then for like alerts and like fun channel point stuff, I use Stream Elements and mix it up for like fun alerts.
Mm.
But I think I keep it pretty simple.
Yeah, that is. That's funny because I didn't know about DaVinci until a freshman came. His name is David. He helped me create help this interview. He's mentioned DaVinci and Filmora, two friendly. Well, Filmora not being free technically, but
Hmm.
DaVinci being free. Like he said, for those who want to learn, Filmora would be a really friendly user for editing, while DaVinci is
Hmm.
like free, but it does require you to maybe play around with you. Uh,
Yeah.
so that is funny to hear that you do use DaVinci. Uh, so and then like throughout your setup, who helped you, or did you like just learn how to do all this by yourself?
I kind of did it by myself, but I will say, like, since I've been little, like in elementary school, I've always kind of created content for my family. So I think it was like Windows Movie Maker. A lot of the foundational stuff transfers over, like how to import clips in, how to cut, like the functionalities of it. And then in middle school, I was like part of I forget what class. I think it was like the news class or news channel class. So we learned a lot of like Final Cut Pro. And so a lot of that skills kind of transferred over. But yeah, there's a bunch of like YouTube videos out there that break it down really easily. So even if you don't have that background, I think the resources are out there for you to
Right,
learn if you really want to.
right. So I mean, Joe, she's like ambience and guys. If you really need help, you have the internet. You might have like for us in esports, we might have content creators or small streamers that have these nice elaborate setups, and you can always contact someone that knows. If not, you always have the internet to help you guys.
Yeah. And I'm like super passionate. Well, I want to say super, but I'm a big fan of content creation. And yeah, I'm happy to give out like, basic tips because I'm definitely nowhere near like the crazy like TikTok edits that you see.
Mhm.
But I think all you need to know is like basic
Right.
clip editing and you're good to go.
I think this is a question that I for mods. How did you decide who would you be? Who was your moderators? Like, is it like someone a close friend or like someone you just got to know over time, like during your streaming?
Uh, yeah, most of them are closer friends. Um, I think at some point I did do like a mod application thing, and then so some of them were mods and then became closer friends or friendly. So it's just really who you trust, and ideally they also kind of know how to
Right.
work Twitch.
Of course, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand
What's the point of modding them?
that. Yeah. So, do you see yourself streaming in 5 years still? This is a really
Mm,
hard
I
question.
Yeah, I see myself creating content still, but I don't know in what form. Like right now it's like gaming stuff, but maybe it'll just be like home videos between me and my friends, and maybe it'll be I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure I'll still be creating content because I really do enjoy it. As for streaming, like I would like to, but I don't know, with all this like like what's it called? There's like different streaming platforms now, and
Mm,
also Twitch has some questionability as to like I don't know, it will be here in 5 years. So
right.
not sure on that front, but definitely will be content creating. So
I think you already answered this, but maybe we could go a little bit into depth aside from like the. So the question is basically, what do you think sets you aside from other streamers? What makes you unique?
I think recently it's just been like the League gameplay, but I will say there's not there's a decent amount of people who are like not high elo um streamers, but I don't know. I think maybe um I don't know. I just have a good time. Maybe it's because I don't get too angry or upset at the game, so it's easier to watch. I think my content is a bit lighter, so it's not super hard to consume. I think anyone, even people who aren't good at the game, can understand it. So
No, that makes
the
sense.
range is wider, maybe.
Um, and then I guess this will be the final question, and maybe a little bit few questions before we end. But this one is for next year. Do you have like a big
Mhm.
goal or like this dream for next year for streaming, or is it just gonna be what you've been doing
Yeah, I'm trying to hit gold in League.
now?
Okay, but but streaming in particular, I don't think
Oh,
I've really set stream goals, but I think for content creation, I'm trying to do more long form content. I wanted to do it when I first started playing League because I think I had like games where there were potential, but because I didn't know how the game worked, I think when I sat down to edit it, I was a bit confused like what was going on half the time. So I felt like if I edited it myself with my little League knowledge, I would miss like maybe moments that other people found funny,
mm,
but I like did literally did not know what was going on. So I want to with a bit better understanding of the game now, I want to try to make some long form content. But yeah, that's mainly only one, but mainly just have a good time.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I'm gonna see in the Discord if there is any questions for anyone watching. Maybe you guys have questions, or let me check in the Discord.
Any questions?
You can ask your I don't know. Can I see your stream? I have like 3 monitors and there's I had different things at once.
Very modern.
But do you see like a question maybe your stream has?
Yeah, I see they're asking how am I so great and amazing at the game and how do I plan on hitting challenger? So no, I'm just kidding. No, we don't have any questions on my end.
Okay. Well, again, this is our first interview ever of any kind in this club, and
Mhm.
I'm happy to have you as our first interviewer. Um, couldn't ask for anyone else, especially since we had our funny moments during my coaching. And talking to you again this way in an interviewing and getting to know you as a person is really nice. Oh wait, I do have one question. Do you have what are your hobbies?
Oh, my hobbies. If I'm not queuing League, I'm queuing Valorant. I'm just kidding. I rock climb. Um, I recently have been trying to go skiing more. I'm a
I
fiend
saw
for
that.
skiing. Um, I like hanging out with my friends, eating food, playing with my cat. Um, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. When in the future, maybe next year, I hope you are willing to do an update interview. Just see how things are going, and I hope we still are in contact. But again, thank you for spending about 30 minutes of your time. And for those of you watching and hearing, uh, you get to see Ambient's great content and funny moments. So
Great,
yeah, thank
great
you, Ambient.
gameplay. No,
Yeah,
thanks again for inviting me to the interview. I'm honored to be the first. You did a great job. And for those who haven't made the connection, this is the person that coached me in my jungle game, and I won my first jungle game on Master Yi, so that was awesome. But yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
no
Good
problem.
questions.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be watching your stream after ending this meeting. So thank you
Okay,
again.
you'll see the dubs.
Yep.
All right,
So
thank you again.
bye. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.